Hello. Hello, everybody. How are folks doing today? I am kind of tired, honestly. I just ate. There's something weird on my monitor. Huh. I don't quite know what that was, but I cleaned it off. Kind of gross looking. Not gonna lie. But yeah. So how's everything going today, folks? Enjoying the day, whatever day, morning, evening, night, whatever it may be for you guys. The last time I streamed some Caesar 3. Gonna be playing through that game until we're finished with it. I don't know how long it'll take compared to Pharaoh, which, if you can't tell from the music, we're playing Pharaoh today. But I believe that Caesar 3 is generally a shorter game, but the missions are harder. So that'll be interesting. And then after that, I don't know. I don't know what we'll do. Hopefully by then, the next patch for Voices of the Void will come out. I'll finally be able to start my Season 2 after so long. It's going to be going up to a year since I played that game. So I'll be curious to see what new changes that game has. But that's not for today. For today, we are just going to play Pharaoh. We're going to do, I think it's Alexandria. I think that's what we were at, yeah? Maybe? A beacon of light? Yeah, Alexandria's library, Pharaoh's Slay House. That's where we're at. I believe we loaded up the map last time. How's it going, Topopherus? How are you doing today? I believe we loaded up the mission last time and we saw that it was the exact same map as the one mission we did earlier, and I was just like, yeah, no. But hopefully now we are reinvigorated, we'll be able to play this mission again. Ptolemy's Alexandria. There we go.
The legacy of Alexander the Great lives on in our proud city. Even though his mortal remains rest in Alexandria's mausoleum, his great city continues to thrive. It is up to you, Ptolemy the First Soter, to carry on with the job the noble Alexander began. Since its founding by Alexander barely 30 years ago, the city has become a powerful commercial hub.
Yes, a powerful commercial hub with 0 people.
To much of the surrounding area. To further its economic progress, and to ensure the safe passage of the many ships entering the Great Harbor, you should construct a massive lighthouse on Pharaoh's Island, near the mouth of the harbor. This structure's beacon of light will guide distant seafarers safely into the harbor, ensuring that they do not founder on its tricky shoals.
Nice.
Important as commerce is, however, you cannot ignore the cultural and intellectual advancement of our society. Under your leadership, Alexandria can now become the intellectual capital of the known world as well. Gather works of knowledge from near and far, and build a great library in which to
import special building materials such as white marble. Nice. I think we've seen marble as a trade good in a couple of other missions, but I don't think we've ever had a reason to actually import it.
That will be suitable for such great structures. And Komi, on the island of Cyprus, is a good source for this material.
Do not ignore your military.
Do not ignore your military. There always seems to be unrest in one place or another. It might be necessary to dispatch troops to distant frontiers to protect Egypt's interest and defend her honor.
Okay. So, yeah. That's not where I built the mausoleum in the last mission. I'm not really quite sure why the game is lying to me by saying it is. We have a nice, pretty substantial wall surrounding our base already. Is that actually big enough to defend? Absolutely not. I I might have to fiddle with the wall a little bit to actually make it functioning. It looks like mostly down here it may have to come this way a little bit. But it's not really something we're worried about right now. We're just kind of worried about building up the city. Let's see. You know, it's kind of funny. When I played this mission last time, I was talking about how it looked like the map was much bigger than it needed to be. And I didn't realize at the time that we were going to come back to it. But here we are. Okay, so we might as well just kind of start. We have 30,000 gold to start. Okay. So let's take a look at what we have here. So we have reeds, we have papyrus. I believe last time we exported a lot of papyrus to fund our city. Yeah, it's kind of looking like it'll probably be that way again. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it looks like we have 3 trading partners here that will all trade papyrus. So it definitely looks like papyrus is going to be our moneymaker once again. That's okay. But very clearly the game wants us to start building, like, right along here. And I don't really see a reason not to do that. We can do that. We'll run this out just a little bit, because we're going to need to build a dock out here. How does the sound? It sounds a little bit loud in my head, but that's not necessarily indicative of what you guys are hearing. There we go. Also put an architects and a firehouse down here as well. And, a market, a bazaar. Yeah, something like that, I think. Yeah, that should be fine. So what gods do we have to worship? We have 3. Ra, Ptah, and Bast, and Ra is our patron god. Okay. So we'll get that all set up. Something like that. Hold on. Can I uncommit? There we go. Let's put this... We'll put it there instead. I want to build a road along the shoreline and make use of the water here. Because we do have fish. Yeah. Okay. So our initial settlement here is probably going to be mostly funded off of food from the farms. We should be able to make a pretty straightforward area of farmland here. Is this what I want to do? I think so. I'm probably building way too much to start, but that's okay. Here, we're gonna do something like this. Building way too much to start has never bitten me in the past. Why would it bite me now? I'll pop a water lift down here. So none of these things can burn or collapse, but the slum house that I build can. Just food for thought. I'll have to keep that in mind. Let's see. I don't like this. You know what? It'll be fine. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. This won't be disastrous at all. I don't actually need... I don't need that. Okay. And we're gonna run the water line like this. That should hit all the farms. Perfect. Perfect. And, yeah. Then we have to get people and, firehouses to protect the houses from fire. Where am I gonna put that? Hold on. Let's do a little bit of math here. And by math, I mean I'm gonna just kind of use my finger to map this out. Yeah, so there's a gap there. So I could put a house here. Ooh. A house here. And a firehouse here. I think that'll work. I guess we'll find out when something burns down. And then we could put a granary here. Yeah, we'll put a granary there. All right, let's go ahead and unpause the game. Toasty-tana, how's it going? Long time no see. Just in time to see me make disastrous choices that'll totally not ruin my campaign. No, it's not disastrous. Not yet. Not yet. We'll see where things go from here. What are the requirements? I actually completely forget what the requirements were for this city. Let's see. 6 elegant manners, 75 prosperity, 75 culture. Jeez. Already biting your tongue? Yeah. No, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with this. There has never been a more perfect city in the history of Egypt. Okay, I feel like I need to adjust the audio a little bit. I don't know why it's so funky. The music seems a little bit quiet. And the ambient sounds seem a little bit loud. Okay, that might be a bit too much. Settle down, game. Here, we'll try that. We'll see if that helps anything. Oh yeah, I guess we need water, don't we? That's probably a pretty important resource to have there. There we go. Excellent. So now with this kind of jank layout, we can also run more farms along here. And we can just kind of layer our farms through this farmland here. I don't really want to rely on fish. We could maybe put a few fishing wharves out here on this peninsula. But so far, fishing in the remake has not really impressed me. Not really. I gotta be honest with you. Meanwhile, meadow farming has greatly impressed me. Meadow farming seems so good in this version of the game. I don't know if it was always like that or if fishing was always my least favorite. It's too slow. It's just too slow for what it does. You have to get the wharf. You have to get the shipwright. They have to build a ship. The ship has to go out to the fishing wharf. That takes a little bit of time, but that's just kind of a one-off cost. But after that, you know, the ship has to go out to the water. It has to hang out here for a few minutes, and then it has to come back. And then you only get 100 food. And then, you know, it's worse if they have to go the whole way out here to get fish for some reason. Because then they're traveling long distances for not much of any kind of gain. Also, I'm going to build a firehouse here. Because we're going to bring this road out this way. There we go. Alright, so we have a little bit of food coming in. Our water situation at the moment seems okay. We can probably start... Oh, yeah. We can 100% start working on papyrus production. I think the best thing we can do for that is head out this way. With a long, straight piece of land. My favorite. So the last time we did this mission, another block design. Look, Zipophoros, I always build blocks. It's fine. That is my secret to success. But, yeah. So last time we did this exact map layout, we had great success putting the reed gatherers out here. I don't see a reason not to do that again. Yeah, we could put the storage yard here. Make this accept papyrus, and then we can just go nuts on papyrus making. Just like that. Put a slum house out here. A firehouse. Architect's post. Just to keep everything from falling down. That's a terrible thing. I should have put this elsewhere. Hold on. Here, we'll put it out. We'll put it here. You know, this is a 1x1 tile land out here. It's not going to be used anyway. We can still fill out some papyrus makers in here. And that'll be good. So this is accepting papyrus. Yes. And then all the way over here, we're going to build a storage yard. Here. And they're going to get papyrus. And we're also going to build... I feel like I say this every single time I play this game. Or Pharaoh, or Caesar 3, or whatever. I always overbuild on these infrastructure buildings because I'm always so scared that bad stuff is going to happen. Speaking of bad stuff happening, I also need a physician. Just to keep my people from dying of the plague. And, why don't I have any food coming in? You guys have food, right? No? Are you going to get food? Am I going to have to put roadblocks all over the place? Probably should anyway. But I'm wondering why I'm not getting any food. Did I literally just get 50 food? And nothing else? Alright, let's put a slum house down here, I guess. Because it seems like this just isn't cutting it. I know why. I know exactly why. This is why you like the long walk where everybody walks on a single road. You aren't scared of your agents not getting where they need to. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I understand. Also, yeah, the problem with this layout is that every single one of these spots is an intersection. So everywhere there's an intersection, this guy, the citizen that runs around employing people, he could get, like, stuck walking back and forth here. But, it's fine. They'll figure it out eventually, I'm sure. 71 additional workers, huh? Well, they're definitely going to be coming in. So, the only thing I can figure is that I literally just got 50 grain. Why don't you do it the other way around? I mean, I'm kind of committed. I'm kind of committed now. Oh, fine. Just so that Tana doesn't, like, completely lose her marbles, we'll switch this around. I'll be a good sport about it. We'll do that. It's a quick fix. You would be surprised at how much effort... Come on, game. Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by the Pharaoh. You would be surprised at how much effort I put through just to be lazy. It is really quite impressive. There we go. The crisis has been averted. Actually, I don't think more of the farm being covered by irrigation makes it better? No. Maybe. No, my water's just being inconsistent. No. No, it doesn't. Okay. You don't even really need to connect the ditches to the farm so long as the farm is within 2 tiles of the ditch. Yeah. I don't know. It's a force of habit for me to just make sure they're connected. I don't know why. It's just it makes more sense to me. It is what it is. It is what it is. But anyway, we should start getting food in. Yes, yeah. I don't have any food for you, Pharaoh. It's okay. It's coming, I promise. Okay. Well, we do need to improve desirability a little bit. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, you would have thought that I planned that out. There we go. Oh, I need to check my kingdom rating. My kingdom rating is 49. Let's see how appeasing Pharaoh will help. Yeah, the Bazaar gobbled it up immediately. As is his birthright, let's be honest. Can we make... We can make pottery, but we have to import... No, we have clay pits right there. What am I talking about? Okay. Alright, so we can make pottery. That's good. We could probably just put our pottery maker... What is this? 500... What am I gonna do with 500 jewelry game? Okay. Alright, sure. You know, you can put it there. Why not? Sell them? I can sell them. I would have to open up a trade route to sell them. But I could. Which trade route buys jewelry? Let's see. Might not be worth it to open a route just for that, though. You make a fair point. But I need to see who buys them first. If it's somebody that sells or buys papyrus anyway, 155 to open a land trade route with Men Fair. It's technically worth it. Yeah, that's a cheap one. They buy wood, which we can't produce, but they also buy bricks and pottery, which pottery we can produce, so that's probably worth. And while we're here, we might as well open up the routes for papyrus. And this one for marble, because we're going to need it anyway. Oh, I mean, I guess there's that one too, but it's okay. And this is also papyrus. There we go. Be sure to forfeit it in the bazaars or they'll take it as soon as I already got you, Chief. I already made them not want to buy jewelry. But thank you. Thank you for the reminder. I've totally done that about 100 times already this playthrough. Okay. We will accept that. Yes. And for now, yeah, we're going to sell all of our jewelry, and we're also going to sell all of our papyrus. We will need papyrus as the mission progresses, but for now, we're just going to sell it all. There's no reason to hold on to it. And let's see. We need entertainment. The problem isn't that we need entertainment. The problem is that we need an intersection to put entertainment at. So let's go ahead. Let's move this roadblock out a little bit. Yeah, we've had the discussion before, Tana. I have complicated feelings about it. On one hand, I'm kind of okay with it, but on the other hand, it has caused some infuriating situations as well. So I get it. Where they would buy once the houses were asking for it, yeah. I do kind of like... This is also going to be somewhat of a controversial take. I do kind of like... So, I don't know if you caught any of the Caesar 3 stream, or if you went back and, like, watched the VOD or anything. But obviously in Caesar 3, your marketplace people don't complicate feelings describe the remake a lot. Very true, very true. Yeah, no, fair enough. But like in Caesar 3, the market workers don't like claim the resources before they get to it, which makes managing your luxury goods in that game extremely difficult. In this game, in the remake at least, they do claim the resources before they get to it, which makes it a lot easier to manage like a large city. You don't need to have like multiple waypoint storage yards for your luxury goods. But I mean, it's kind of a mixed feeling about that because it's easier. Yeah. Yep. It's easier, but it's especially bad in Caesar 3, I think, because a lot of the goods are all traded in singles instead of hundreds. So, like, there wasn't 100 pottery. There was 1 pottery. And sure enough, your houses would use 1 pottery instead of 100. So there's definitely a lot less efficient in Caesar 3. And that's probably why they changed it for the sequel. The way you manage the houses, I prefer houses going without a good rather than not being able to sell it because it's claimed. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, mixed feelings about this remake, complicated feelings about this remake is definitely perfectly reasonable. I still don't know how to feel about it after all this time. I'm gonna be completely honest. Obviously, I'm very nearly complete with the game at this point. That's way too much. I only need 4. But it's one of those things where, like, there's definitely a lot of good here. I still don't know if all of the good outweighs all the bad, though. And just, like, completely ruining the combat system is really unfortunate. Yeah, I like it, I just don't love it. It's pretty accurate. It's gotten really bad in the latter half of the game, especially with, like, some of the harder combat missions. And some of the remake stuff, which is pretty disappointing. The monument work. is a good intro to the original. I agree. I agree with that. I just wish that, like, if you were going to go through all the efforts to remake a game like this, I just don't know why you wouldn't make, like, an HD remaster of the original. Like, that's what confuses me the most about this whole thing. What if we put pottery here, too? Does that sound like a good idea? Not really. It actually sounds like a really bad idea. I don't really want to extend this road out anymore. I guess we could. We could do something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we could put the pottery here. And we could put our infrastructure buildings down here. Like, especially now that I've gone back to Caesar 3 and the modding community in that game with its, like, awesome remaster mod and, you know, expansion level content almost. I think that might have been their reasoning. They didn't want an exact copy because you could just as well not bother with it and play the original. I don't know if I fully agree with that. I think if you wanted to make something that wasn't like the original, then you could have just gone and, like, made your own thing. If you're gonna remake a game, you want it to be as faithful to the original as possible. But yeah, like, the things that modders have done with Caesar 3 is incredible. Like, it's like I said during the Caesar 3 stream, it's the Augustus mod, which is the more advanced version of the mod that I'm playing, Julius. It's pretty much DLC level content. Like, it's that much more. And then there's also the what are they called? The Reconquered missions or whatever. There's like a whole series of missions built around the Augustus mod. Well, you have to download them separately. I don't know. It's weird. It's just weird. And I think I speculated a little bit that maybe it's because they just didn't have access to the original source code, or it's a bit like the Mega Mod in Banished. Yeah, it's almost exactly like the Mega Mod in Banished, which I need to play that sometime too. I don't think that's going to be on the docket for this year, but that might be on my docket for some other time. I'm still struggling to get water out here. I don't really want to... It's because of how close this house is to the water pump. If we put it up here, I bet if we put the slum house up here, it'll be less of a problem. In fact, I'm going to go so far as to say that it needs to go there. Because sometimes when this worker is looking for workers, it kind of skips this first house when it, like, spawns in. Take it with the non-modded to complete the achievements, but I'll try sometime. So yeah, I need to go back and play Banished again. I really like that game, but also I play it like I play Pharaoh and Caesar 3, where I just go at a normal speed instead of just fast-forwarding through the game. And I could see how people would be able to, or would not be able to watch that because they would be struggling with the pacing. But then again, usually when I play these games, I just kind of play them to chill out and hang out. Hello, Rip Ruben. How are you doing today? And yeah, as Toastitana has mentioned, Banished on the normal speed is slow. Banished on the fastest speed is slow. Let's be real. That's good to hear, Rip Ruben. I am glad. Alright, so we're basically just waiting for our pottery to distribute at this point. No, we need an ordinary No. What? I mean, I can build a dance school. That's not a problem. But, or not a dance school, a conservatory. But the conservatory isn't a requirement for an ordinary cottage to upgrade. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Oh, whatever. They'll figure it out, I'm sure. There we go. And then they upgrade. Okay. Alright, well, I'm not really quite sure what was up with that, but, yeah, we're good now. We're good with entertainment. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. I mean, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just going to assume that it's weird Pharaoh nonsense. Because it probably is. So what my game plan is, I want to run housing along here. And I want to run housing, like, along the back of these statues. And I'm going to, like, make them end over here. It's not quite a square, but it's two rectangles. It's a little different. Okay, so next up we do have to get beer. But I do want to make sure that this is all kind of stable because I don't really feel like it is right now. I feel like we're relying a little bit too heavily on not enough food. And our unemployment is at 15%, so there's no real reason why we can't just go crazy with the grain farms. Still building up Egypt? I sure am, Telly. I sure am. I think this is where my sort of pre-planning is going to come in really nicely. Because we could get a lot of farms stuffed into this area. Even if I hadn't done Tana's recommendations, I could still stuff in some nice farms into this area. And then we still have another row of farms we can organize. It'll be good. It'll be good. So that does give us a little bit of a worker shortage. Nothing too dangerous. But we do need to figure out how to get beer here. Let's take a look here. So we can import barley, which we can then turn into beer. Yeah. All right. And we also need to keep in mind that the game's probably going to start asking for more stuff as well. Let's see. Who sells me beer? Or who sells me barley? Okay. It's a water route source. The new killer is released in Dead by Daylight today. Not sure if you'll get to it, but it does look like fun. Yeah, that's Freddy, right? Freddy Fazbear. I mean, Dead by Daylight's a game. Dead by Daylight is indeed a game. Springtrap. Oh yeah, it wasn't Freddy, it was Springtrap. That's right. Okay. Let's put a storage yard here. So, oh, it's because of the, okay, you know what, that makes sense. All right, so you're going to accept barley. I shouldn't have to set a limit on that. So barley and beer is going to go here. And we're going to build 2 breweries. Tana, you haven't played Dead by Daylight in years? Same. But yeah, Taylor, check out, if you have time, if you want to kind of hang out and chill, check out somebody new. Check out Taylor on Dath on YouTube. YouTube.com/TaylorOnDath. He's been doing a lot of Dead by Daylight content lately, and I think the original Baldur's Gate. It's pretty neat. Definitely worth a watch. He and I used to play Sea of Thieves together, so I know him quite well. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to import 400 barley. That should be enough for those 2 for now. And that should get us to the next level. We don't really need a lot of barley. We'll have to expand that as time goes by. We're definitely going to need a lot more food, a lot more beer, a lot more pottery for how many people? 7,000 people. We are ex-pirates, the old mutineers. Yeah, I have a whole bunch. I still have a whole bunch of that on the channel too. And I think I still have a whole bunch of like pre-recorded videos of Sea of Thieves stuff that I can't bring myself to put out because I don't really have a reason to. Oh well. I guess they will be locked away in the vault until sometime in the future. Alright, so we should be able to build some more housing here. Oh, that's really going to be right up next to the warehouse, isn't it? Well, it is what it is, I suppose. We are probably going to have to put, like, I don't know, something like this. It's kind of gross, I'm not gonna lie. It's gross even for me. And we'll put a couple more temples in here. Oh, wait, no. This is actually not what I want. Yeah. There, something like that. Untitled Goose Game? Untitled Goose Game was pretty popular, like, a couple of years back, I think. I'm not quite sure how it's doing now, but it is a game that exists. Alright, as I was saying, we need to put probably a water supply and a bazaar. And you're always behind the trends. So am I, but for me it's kind of intentional. I don't really like jumping in on the bandwagons of new games. I like to give it a couple of years. Give some time for the hype to simmer down. I don't know if it's because I'm a smaller internet person or if it's just the way that I like to do things. I just don't really feel like it's necessary to buy into the hype. And we could put a physician there. Yeah, and as Tana said, you also get them at a pretty good discount. That is the wonderful thing about Steam. Like, love it or hate it, digital online marketplaces, they are a great way to get games on the cheap. Also, hello, Starchip, how are you doing today? That and the most hyped games aren't really your type of game. Same. I mean, there's some that I have a passing interest in, but there's not a lot that I would buy at base price. Those $60, $70 games. Wow, our unemployment is surprisingly stable. Here, we're going to plop a pavilion down here. We're not going to be able to subsist entirely on pavilions. But, you know, I see opportunities to plop in pavilions, and I just want to drop them by. Because I believe... yeah, they count as everything. They count as juggler stages, musician stages, and dancer stages. So, they're really good to build. Goose Game might be good to do for July. I agree. I think that would be a pretty good time to do a Goose Game. Okay. So I believe we're struggling with food. What's going on here? Oh, we just have that much food coming in. Okay. $60 to $70 games, meanwhile them being 300 for me. How much is that? Google, save me. 300 Polish is zloty. Let's see. It's $80. Oof. 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 That's Poland, Telly. And, you know, the thing is, yeah. The thing is that that's still probably not so bad compared to some areas of the world. I know, in, like, Brazil and other areas of South America, Southeast Asia, they can be quite pricey. Quite pricey indeed. Alright, we have a nice little backlog of papyrus and pottery going. We should probably start importing wood. We need to get some combat ships going. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to build another storage yard. This is going to be like my... actually, yeah, I could do that. This is going to be like my imports storage yard. All of my imports, whether it is barley or flax or clay or what have you, they're all going to come here in order to be distributed to the rest of the city. So we're going to have our barley go there. We're also going to have our wood go there. We're going to import... let's do 400 wood for now. We might as well. That's a pretty decent amount of wood. Early access, full of bugs, a couple years to get a stable game. Yeah. Make as much as Americans in numbers, but it amounts to like 4 times less. Yeah. Regional pricing is very painful. Very, very painful. Yeah. Okay, so we need to build a military. I don't know how much of a military I need. The game seemed to imply that I'm mostly going to need troops to dispatch to other areas. Dave the Diver. I need to go through and watch your Dave the Diver playthrough. It seemed like you had a lot of fun playing it. Okay, let's grab the shipwright. We'll put the shipwright there. And then, what does our unemployment look like? 11%? Okay, we're fine. Let's see. That should be fine. We are probably going to have to build some fishing ships. We're also going to want to build another dock. Yep, they can get in and out. It's a little bit clustered. It's a little bit claustrophobic, but they should be fine. And I think I want to build a 3rd military ship. Do I, though? Maybe I just build a couple transport wharfs. Again, I don't really know what the game has planned for me. And I don't want to know what the game has planned for me. That's part of the excitement of playing these games. Yeah, we'll do something like that. We'll throw a firehouse and an architect's post down here. All right. Rewatching My Majesty 2, 4 hours works well as background noise. All right, who's your boss, Taylor? I need to send him a strongly worded email. This man is wasting company time watching VODs on twitch.tv. Give this man a reprimand and give me a follow. I'm sure he would love that. Too little entertainment? Why? What? I mean... Okay. I guess I can accept that for now. Should be fine. Suez Canal isn't built yet to destroy the world economy for like 2 days. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll grow back. We still have a couple 100 years before the Suez Canal. Just a couple. Oof. Yeah, desirability in this area is going to be really, really bad. I'm actually going to build... I'm going to go for my classic pickle bird statue. And it's still not going to be enough. Oof. Oof. 2,000? Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. I highly doubt that I'm ever going to get these houses to upgrade very far. But it's an interesting little challenge, I suppose. Granted, this is about the extent of what I can do. Yeah. I mean, I suppose I could build statues across the river, too. I was going to put fishing wharves in there, though. It's fine. We'll throw some cat statues in here. There we go. Perfect. But that's probably the end of how far we're going to be able to get these houses to upgrade. Unfortunate. Now, I guess I might as well just do the logical thing and build a dance school here. Oof, Tempest. Storms are raging and rough waters threaten to tear trading ships apart. It could be months before the winds calm down and merchants dare risk their cargo again. What year was it? Time flies. I think it was 2022. I don't remember. What year did Suez Canal get blocked? Okay, well, 2021. There we go. I didn't need a little history blurb on the Suez Crisis. I just wanted to know 2021. Yeah, we might as well build those houses now. We have plenty of food. Yesterday? Yeah, let's be real. The Suez Canal gets blocked all the time. I'm blocking it right now. I think that's a respectable block of housing. I approve of this block. It feels like yesterday. Time flies when you're having fun. I don't know if fun is the proper word for what we're having, but we can go with that. We can go with fun. Time flies whether we're having fun or not. Yeah, that's a fair point. Oh, hey, remember when I said that we needed to build up some troops? I did all the important things except build troops. Oops. Alright, well... we can plop a couple of archers. Oh yeah! There is floodplains out there! I completely forgot about the floodplains. Yeah, there's floodplains, like, right down here along the edge of the universe. Okay. Dwarf Fortress fun? I believe Dwarf Fortress fun has 2 exclamation marks, not 1. But I haven't played Dwarf Fortress for a long time, so who knows? There we go. Look at these nice houses. No local access to a dentist? Oh, I can give you dentists. I can give you dentists all day long. I'm gonna give you so many dentists, your teeth aren't gonna know what hit them. There we go. Alright, so since I don't really care that much if my fish is efficient, I think we're going to do this. We're going to have a granary that accepts only fish, and then we're going to build a few fishing wharves. Just a few. It doesn't have to be a lot. We're primarily going to be using it for goods. For, I mean, I could put it in a warehouse. Does it really matter? I think in the original Pharaoh it does matter, but I don't think in the remake it does. Oh, did you tell me about... Did I tell you about my life situation? I don't remember, but if I did, my ex finally moved out last month, so now I'm alone here flight. That's awesome? I'm guessing that's awesome because of the smiley face. Okay, what are these warnings? What are you talking about? There's nothing wrong, nothing bad is happening. It's okay, game. I don't think those houses could get people in. Yeah, after more than a year. That's good. I'm glad, Tana. It's always good when we can move on from problems in our lives. Whatever that problem might be. Whether it's exes or anxiety, depression, lacking a coffee in the morning. Dara's allowed to come and visit, and she can also stay some weekends. Awesome. That's very good. I'm glad to hear that. Let's see. I could just, like, flood the universe with fishing wharves. I guess that is one way to get efficiency out of your fishing wharves, is just to build 1 million of them. That's not really how I want to do things, though. So we're going to build a second dock here. And we are going to build... Can we sell fish? Fish? Oh, we can. Interesting. It's not really worth selling. Watch Pharaoh ask for fish. Look, I'm not going to sell all of my fish. I'm just going to sell a lot of my fish. Okay, we're going to switch this over to a warehouse. I don't know if I'll be able to do this. This request. We may be able to do that request. But also we have a flooded clay pit. There we go. Alright. So maybe we do go a little bit nuts on the fish, yeah? At the very least, we can export it. And I'm also going to squeeze another firehouse and architect's post up here. And I can put a third warship wharf out here. Unemployment regulation? I mean, basically, 20%. Let's not worry about that number. I'm sure that number's fine. It's fine. That is a perfectly reasonable amount of unemployment. Put them in the farms? I could build more farms. There's actually no harm in that right now. I have so much wheat. I have more wheat than you could shake a stick at. There we go. Tiki refused to work in that sentence. That's a lot of unemployment. That's a lot of unemployment. That's a worrying amount of unemployment. I mean, I guess we did just build, like, a lot of housing here. This little corner might be having trouble getting goods. I'll leave it go for a while, but I might have to get rid of these houses. Let's see. So we need a second type of food. Oh, we're gonna have a second type of food for you guys very soon. Oh wow, these houses actually upgraded. Huh. Yeah, we don't have any mines to send the children to, unfortunately, but we can make them work the fields. Man, these reed gatherers are so efficient. They still have so many reeds just piled up there. Sadly, this isn't Frostpunk. No. Here, let's build a couple more papyrus makers. Dang. We have so many reeds. I should probably build a storage yard just for the reeds, because I know the game likes to be like, oh, yes, Pharaoh needs reeds for his collection. But this is fine. So, we started this mission with 30,000 gold. We're down to 13,000. I know we're making a fair amount of money from exports. We may need to diversify. Calculated once the one reed gatherer was good for like 5 to 6 papyrus makers. Yeah, they're so good. If you get them right next to the papyrus, they are so freaking efficient. But yeah, we may need to look at another export. Which we could export pottery. We could export pottery when we're over 800. I think we were planning on doing that anyway. But flax. Flax is another good one. Also, at this point, honestly, we could... Pharaoh has a crippling reed addiction. He smokes his own reeds. He wraps them himself. Yeah, at this point, we could probably consider it exporting grain of all things, and that's a phrase I don't think I ever thought I'd ever say. Exporting a food source? Because here's the thing, like, we have all these farms working, we have all this food just sitting around. And we could come down here and farm the floodplain as well. Oof. Someone set up an intervention. Well, let's see what else we have going on. We have a bunch of places that'll buy wood. That's not really a thing. We have places that'll buy jewelry, which is also not really worth it. It's not worth it to make jewelry. I mean... No, you're only making like 30 gold. I think linen and flax might be the way to go here. Let's see, where can we import flax from? Right here. If we import flax and we make a big linen operation, I think that would go quite well. I think we could make quite a lot of money off of that, because flax and linen are very... Oh no, I forgot to send... Well, it's fine. We didn't really have very many troops anyway. I was so distracted by my discussions on linen. I completely forgot to send my army to defeat the enemies of the Pharaoh. Okay. Let's do this. We're going to go ahead. We're going to build 2 storage yards here. That's a lot of storage yards. But we're going to have 1 for flax, and we're going to have 1 for linen. We're going to go wild on the linen. Let's see. Where is linen? There it is. So, let's see. We can import, what, 2,500 linen a year? So, let's say they come every 3 months. I mean, funnily enough, I think that's just 800. Which is probably what I would normally import. I don't know the math on that. I don't really care about the math on that, not specifically. But I think it's roughly like 600 to 800. And we can just, like, export all of our linen. That's enough for 4 weavers. Yeah. There we go. Excellent. This is actually turning out to be a very nice city. I do need to find some place to put a... Supposed to someone being like, I can't believe the store openly sells marijuana. Someone get the owner arrested now. So it's funny, I remember probably about 6 years ago, you know, this is 100% fair. I fully understand why people would be mad that I didn't do that. I had, like, somebody come into the store that I worked at, like, 5 or 6 years ago, and he just straight up asked me, oh, not to be confused with marijuana? Nah, that's fair. I don't know my illicit substances. My apologies. But yeah, he just, like, straight up asked me for weed paper, and I'm like, we're not allowed to sell that, buddy, so you're probably gonna have to go look elsewhere. I'm sorry. But he bought cigarette papers instead, and apparently that worked fine for him. Whatever. You know, more power to them, I guess. I'm not a cop. I didn't see anything. Majorum is a normal plant, a spice for soup? Oh. Not illegal? Oh, I understand. I see. No, you're fine, Zipporus. I understand the joke now, and it's not because it was a bad statement. It's not because it was a bad statement. It's because I'm a dense person yeah, no, it's fine. We're fine. It's okay. My Americanism is showing. Anyway, these people are not happy because of the conservatory near them. It's okay. We'll fix this problem. It's a cousin of oregano? Okay, I understand now. There we go. Ah, yes, the flax. Indeed. Hey, there's the fish request. Pharaoh questions whether or not you have a heart. You still have not sent the 0 fish to city name, and its people are in need. You only have 6 months left to comply with Pharaoh's request. Okay, well, we'll do our best to send the 0 fish to city name. We have to stockpile our fish first, and then we'll go from there. Oh my, sometimes this game. Okay, so our people actually do need linen, which, I mean, I guess it's a very good coincidence that we've started our linen production. I didn't actually mean it to go that way, but that's the way it goes. We are going to boost our barley imports and cap out our beer production, because we are going to need more beer. It's like oregano and thyme had a very delicate baby. Is it as delicate as thyme? You never, you never know how much time you have left until the time comes. Sorry, I'll stop. Goodbye, Tally. Have fun at work. Oh, I like making time comments. Can I squeeze a fishing wharf in here? I really feel like I should. That's good enough, I guess. This is flavor if you cook it for too long, and so it's to add at the end of the cooking. Yeah. So cooking with like various herbs and spices is not something that I'm good at. It's something that I would really like to learn and practice with and get good at, because even like being average or maybe even slightly above average in like being able to know what spices to use in what dishes can vastly improve the quality of your food. I mean, we've literally had like global conflicts over spices because of how good they taste. And yeah, it's definitely a skill that people should learn, and it's not a skill that I have learned, and it's something that I would like to learn. Someday, maybe. Ra is irritated at me. Well, Ra, I can give you some sort of relief. Here, for now? Oh, greeting player name. Reason phrase, the city of city name, wishes to grant you a gift of 0 resource. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll totally take that. Thank you, Gabe. Oh my goodness, 0 resource. What am I going to do with all those resources? Apparently all of my people are going to leave because they don't even have access to the most primitive sources of water. Okay. See, this is what I mean when I say that, like, the farther we've gotten into the game, the more broken it seems to have become. Like, this shouldn't happen. This shouldn't happen. Like, full stop. Like, these are things Do you want to know my honest opinion? And this is coming from a place of love, because as much as I give the game flack, I do think that this is a decent game. But I don't feel like the devs played the game the whole way through. That's a little bit of a hot take, and I don't normally like making threats like that, or I guess they're not threats, they're claims, because you always hear that. You always hear that about bugs. Oh, I don't think the devs even played their game. How could they have missed this bug? But, like, it's happened so frequently, and only in the latter half of the game, that it kind of feels like that might hold a nugget of truth here. I don't know. I could be wrong. But it's kind of the vibes that I'm getting in the later part of this game. Like I said, it's not necessarily coming from a place of maliciousness, because at the end of the day, as always, like, this is a harmless bug. This doesn't actually cause any problems with the game. It's just kind of distracting. Okay, anyway, we can start selling wheat. We can literally sell, like, all of our wheat, and we probably will still have some left over. How's our unemployment now? It's only at 11%. Okay. I think we can handle that. And, you know, I'm going to make so sure that we're never going to run out of food. That, we're never going to run out of food. Here, let's turn this off for a second. There we go. All right. Oops. Here we go. Oh, we're gonna have so much food. It's gonna be great. Now, this isn't perfect, but I'm getting the vibes that this isn't going to have to be perfect. There we go. Excellent. You know how we had so much food before? We're going to have so much more food now. Here, we need to make sure that this is irrigated, right? We don't want the people to starve. I'm gonna get rid of this farm. I know, it's a travesty. I'm just gonna bring this the whole way around. Do I have enough food? Do I have enough food yet? I don't know. We may need more food. How much game does the food think we're producing? Enough for 25,000 people. Okay. Nah, that may not be enough food, though. We may need to produce more food. By the way, this is still only, like, I don't know. I would go out on a limb and say that it's not even a quarter of the amount of food that we could potentially produce. In theory, we could line all this area with fishing wharves. We could line all this area up here with fishing wharves. And this area here that's making us so much food, we could just, like, plop that same concept down here on this area. Like, there is an insane amount of food here. And in case of an emergency, there's still all of this farmland over here. This map is crazy. This map is actually crazy with how much food production there is. Anyway, let's take a look at our monuments. So we have the Library of Alexandria. We could just straight up plop that down somewhere. And then we also have the Pharaoh's Lighthouse, which has to go up here. It's actually really quite clever the way they set this up. Because the game introduction tells you have to build it out on this island. And I remember I tried to build it somewhere else. There's literally nowhere else on the map that it'll go than right here. So that's pretty clever because, you know, the devs know that the original devs know how contrarian players can be. But I know for a fact we're going to need marble for both of those projects, although I don't know how much marble. I've never actually gotten to this point before. I would like to build the Library of Alexandria a little bit closer to what will be the center of our city, which is probably this area. I mean, I say that, but this area down here is actually not a bad place for it. Yeah. Yeah. Here, we'll put it on this side. We'll just kind of plop it down there for the time being. So, peasants do have to clear the land. That's okay. They still aim for a little bit of historical accuracy, yeah. But it still would have been kind of funny if you could just plop it somewhere else. Like, oh, I want you to build a lighthouse. Let's build it down here. Let's build it on this pile of dirt. I still have so many reeds. Like, there's still 500 units of reeds in these reed gatherers. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay, these guys are struggling a little bit, and also apparently they've got their grubby hands on luxury goods. I'm guessing that's your fault. Yeah. It's probably not... No, I don't want them to have luxury goods. It's a little bit late now, but I'm going to have to get luxury goods anyway to upgrade my housing. And then I think we're to the point now where we can actually start importing marble. I don't know how many we need, so we're just going to put, like, 2 storage yards in. We're probably going to need a lot more. There was a lot of bird poop. There's another one. I don't know, 64. Yeah, we'll start with... Oh! 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 Oh, that's expensive. Oh, that's very expensive. Let's do 32 for now. Let's just do 1 storage house. It's a little bit pricey. It's linen expensive. Yeah. Yeah, that's, ooh. 210. Linen is 210 as well. Jewelry is 310. Oof, that's pricey. You know, I could import gems and get jewelry. I'm gonna have to eventually, because it's not worth importing jewelry on its own. I don't know why I thought it was going to be a lot cheaper. Alright, these houses are actually mostly maxed out. We still need a second type of food over in this area. But, yeah. Yeah, we're actually doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. I wonder if we could get... I was going to say, I wonder if we could get rid of these cat statues and replace them with fishing docks. That would be a bad idea. Oh, excuse me. That would be a bad idea. We don't want that. The Emu War? Yeah. It's already expensive to have in modern times, so during antiquity. I mean, it's probably just because of me playing Caesar 3. where like marble was like a base resource. I didn't expect it to be that expensive. Also, Enkomi will now buy even more grain, which is great because we have plenty of grain to give. All right. I think we do actually need more fishing wharves. Because we're going to need a larger variety of food for our high-tier housing. Gotta pump up those exports. Our exports should actually be looking really good. We're exporting 10,000 a year. Most of our expenses is wages. And we could offset that with taxes. We could probably offset a lot of that with taxes, actually. Let's see. Let's plop a city palace down. We have to put it the whole way back there because it's too big. I mean, I guess that's fair. Do something like that. Now, obviously, when we 265 unemployed workforce. Obviously, when we build our nice housing, which we're probably going to start working on now, and it's probably going to go in right here. This is going to be where our nice houses are. We can burn off a lot of our... It does look really cool, though. Like, I know it's just a retextured block, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've seen marble in Pharaoh. Because, like I said, I never got this far in the original. But it does look pretty cool. But, yeah, we can bleed off a lot of our unemployment by just working on high-tier housing. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to... Yeah. Excellent. So... see if we can screw this up as usual. There we go. Now, we do have plenty of room in here. Oh, wait. No, we want to... Let's see. We want to make sure that these don't expand in the wrong direction. Welcome to City Name. I'm your Pharaoh Name. I heard your request for resource name. I wish to offer name it to you for a price. Indeed. I don't remember where I'm supposed to build these. We're just going to build them here. So you want to... I say you want to do this, but I want to do this so that I can kind of control which way these houses expand into. And, like, what order they expand. Because if you set them to expand the wrong way, then they'll just completely ruin your life and everybody will be sad. Put a bazaar here and here. We may need to put one down here as well. And, you know, we can also put the temple complex over here. Do we want to put the temple complex over here? I don't know. That seems like a bit of a... Seems like a bit of a waste. Maybe if I could squeeze it... Oh, no. That's not even going to do what I want it to do. Let's just do this. We're just gonna do this. There we go. Place them in front of the next house. It's fine. We'll figure it. We'll figure it out together, probably. Or something horribly wrong will happen. Either way, we'll make it work. Remember Wells? I remember Wells. Pepperidge Farm remembers Wells. It's kind of an odd thing, the well. There's absolutely no reason to build them. Like, there is approximately zero reasons to build a well. I cannot think of any reason in this game, or in Caesar 3, or in any city builder that I have ever played, where it was reasonable to build a well. The only time you built them is within the tutorial. Yeah, exactly. Like, why do they even exist? I feel like this may be a criticism of the genre as a whole. But I feel like they should just teach us how to use clean water. And not start off with the well that you're never going to use. That might be a hot take, but that's my opinion on the matter. Either that or actually give them a use. That's another possibility. Now, I know I'm going to need a Senate house. So we'll go ahead and plop that down there. And you know, I'm not going to do it right now. But we definitely have enough straw for a zoo. If we wanted to build a zoo. And considering the fact that we require 75 culture, we're probably going to need a zoo at some point. But yeah, I just kind of feel like the game should have started off being like, here's how you get fresh water. And then just, like, leave the well by the wayside where it belongs. This house has grew very quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So I can build... There we go. Okay. Still no lows desirability. The Senate house reduces desirability? You know, I probably knew that at some point. No dentist. Okay. That I can deal with. Easy peasy. Now, I know our unemployment looks pretty crazy at this point, but as soon as these upgrade into 3x3 houses, they will be less crazy. Okay, now they need a second type of food. That's where my hopes and dreams for an intelligent bazaar comes into play. Yeah. Yeah, see? That's why I kind of like... I kind of like how smart the bazaars are in the newer versions of the game. Kind of. They kind of do their job. Kind of. These guys still need a second source of food, though. But, yeah, I need to start producing luxury goods. So, the easiest way to do that, actually, is this. We'll start importing gems. How did we get 500 wood? Game. I don't care, but I am only importing to maintain 400 wood, not 500 wood. You're cheating me. You're cheating me, game. There we go. Then let's plop down the jeweler. And I don't really have a good warehouse to put this in. I could just build another warehouse. Or I guess I could use my linen. It's a little bit jank. But the only time we really need jewelry is for our luxury houses right here. We don't really need jewelry for anything else. So I don't see much harm in it. Okay, we're still waiting for another food source in some of these. You know, what I should probably do, if I really want to do it this way, I should just disallow my normal bazaars to buy fish. Fish is a luxury good worthy of the wealthy. The most luxurious of food. It's caviar. Yeah, it's caviar. Something like that. Here, let's build a few more work camps, because progress on this monument is very slow. We'll make it over here eventually, I'm sure. Most of these houses have fish now. Kinda just waiting for some of these gems to roll in. Now, we're nowhere near done with this mission yet. 33. Let's not worry about that. Our culture is awful, and it's going to continue to be awful forever. Let's also build a dynasty mansion, because I think we're going to need the money. And when I say we're going to need the money, I mean we're going to need to send gifts to get this kingdom rating up. That kingdom rating is real bad. Real bad. Concerningly bad. I wonder if the game just ends if you get to 0 kingdom rating. So, like, if I recall correctly, it's been a long time. A long time since I've had this problem. In the original game, when your kingdom rating bottomed out, when the Pharaoh absolutely hated you, he would send armies to come and kill you, basically. He'd try to take over your city. He'd be like, you are so bad at your job that the city would be better off with somebody else. So he sends increasingly large armies at you until either A, you repair your relations with him, or B, you just get completely overwhelmed. But in the remake, because of how busted the combat system is, and the fact that you just simply instant lose at negative 5,000 debt instead of just not being able to do anything, I wonder if, like, the game would just end at 0 kingdom rating. There we go. We'll send the boys. This way I won't forget. Okay, so I need a couple stonemasons. I mean, I should probably just kind of assume that I need both stonemasons and carpenters. There's no reason to believe otherwise. Because I can build them. Alright, so how are we looking here? We still need food. We need food, and we need luxury goods. The luxury goods should come. The fish should come. I'm not stockpiling fish, am I? No. Okay. I have so much food. I have so much food. I could build more fishing ships. I don't really think that helps me much, though. Like, the only way building more fishing ships will help is if I, like, connect them to a granary down here somewhere that only accepts fish. Or if I move the warehouse closer, I guess.
Maybe I just carry baskets now.
People say that this city has
Maybe I do my best.
Lady.
I do my best to give the people what
Oh,
they
I
want.
wanted to see what the lady had. I mean, she had grain, I guess, but yeah. Whatever. Okay, everybody here has fish. We're just waiting for the luxury goods. Excellent. Now, we're not out of the woods yet. We still need 3,000 more people, even after we upgrade these houses. Let's think, what do I need next? I need a mortuary. We'll put a mortuary in. I already have a constable. We need a library. How do we not have 500 linen? We definitely have 500. Okay, we're good. Crisis averted? I feel like I'm slightly off in my calculation, though. I feel like I don't want to delete the cat statues just yet, except maybe this one. Oh, this one's just really mad. Okay. Here, don't be mad. I have gardens. There we go. Anyway, what was I... yeah. No. Library. Why don't I have 500 papyrus? Hmm? Here, let's, like, stockpile papyrus for a second. That may help. Ooh. Okay, so they're using the... Okay, they're using the marble now. Nice. Fire in the city. What? Game. Game, please. Stop proving me right. these little exclaves, or they're not exclaves, these little like spits of land, they're always so hard to keep from burning down unless you put like a firehouse architect's post right at the end. Can I have my library now? I would appreciate it if I could have my library now. Why? Why can't I build my library? There we go. Is it because there's not 500 here? Is something funky going on with the city gates? Can I build 500, or can I build a library out here? No. Huh. Weird. There we go. I can build now, and there's 500. What? What? Whatever, game. I think you're crazy. I think you're losing it. Let's just start exporting it again. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with the game. I'm just gonna build my library and be happy. Yeah, now we're at 6% unemployment. So, as I said earlier, once these went up to 3x3 houses, I didn't really have to worry too much about my unemployment anymore. But, you know, one thing I can do... I can build more fancy houses. It's not like I don't have plenty of resources to do so. Yeah, I could just have like a whole line of these houses. And most importantly... Wait. Oh, it does go up! Yeah! I was so scared that my kingdom rating wasn't going to go up for some reason. Mostly because it always feels like my kingdom rating is very low. Which, speaking of improving my kingdom rating, I can go beg Ra for help. Ra, please. Please help my kingdom rating. We even do a grand festival. Nice. Okay. So we're waiting for this house to upgrade. Build a statue over here. Is that enough to make you happy? Yes. But you also need a librarian. So, technically, I should be able to delete this? Oh no, my sizes are off. These ones are good. But this one here isn't going to have enough room to expand. Oh, that's lame. Okay. Well, I mean, it is what it is at this point. I can't exactly change it. We're just going to kind of have to settle for not perfect. apparently we're also going to have to maybe move the Senate House. I wasn't really expecting the Senate House to have such a dramatic destroy it all and rebuild. No, I don't want to. I mean, I kind of want to, but I don't want to. Not really. Look, math is hard. You know, it's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Do I have to build... Do I have to build it over here? Yes. Okay. So that leads me to the final luxury good I need, which is literally anything other than... Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Olive oil? Olive oil or wine? Which one's more expensive? They're the same. I don't know. I like the icon for the wine better, but I don't think I've ever imported olive oil before. Let's do olive oil. And we're going to stop all of these bazaars from buying olive oil, except for the wealthy ones. And this might be a bad idea, but we're gonna keep the olive oil here. No, there's no reason to do that. I could just keep the olive oil here. Yeah, that works just fine. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we might as well just delete this house. It's all ruined. It's all ruined. How are the taxes in this area? They should be pretty good. Taxes? Taxes. Yeah, taxes. Big, big money.
This city could bring in so much more revenue if they'd just hire some more tax collectors.
Could we, though? Could we? I don't know if that's true. We're collecting 92% of the taxes owed. I don't really think we need to collect more taxes. I think the tax collector is just bitter. Look at all this food. There's so much food. How are these guys doing? 300 units? 250 units? How do they have more reeds? Like, they did have, like, 500 before. Now they have more. Whatever, game. Whatever. Ooh, this is looking nice. Yeah, so this is going to be the big indicator. This house right here. Although, this is lying to me. They don't have their second luxury good yet. That scared the heck out of me. Death and destruction is on the wind. A savage hailstorm has come to deliver a deadly rain of ice. May the gods have mercy on anyone not sheltered from this evil curse, for they have little hope of surviving. Womp womp. This will kind of disrupt our supply lines a little bit, but it's not that bad. It's not that disastrous. Yeah, I think it just kills walkers. Which it can kill people who carry resources, I think. And that's why it can be pretty problematic. But it's fine. Okay, is there anywhere else we can... No, we probably don't have any other luxury good we can import. Nope. Nothing to the south. These ones are all open. Okay. Ah! I have plenty of beer for you, Pharaoh. Pharaoh wants to host a party? We got a party for him. We actually have plenty of barley. We could probably build a couple more breweries. Beer is something that I don't really want to run out of, so I'll be pretty content as long as we have plenty of beer. If I'm planning on expanding our high-class houses down this way, I'm gonna want this this constable over here. Okay. A couple of our houses are downgrading, but they should recover, I hope. Where is our luxury good? Is it you? Ah, it is you. Okay.
It'll take all day.
So we should just about have our high-tier housing now. Oof. That's a stark contrast between the gray. All right. So we have all of the manners. It's 15 culture. Ugh. It's gonna be so painful to get our culture rating up. Granted, part of that, yeah, I think part of that was because our booths and bandstands and pavilions weren't manned. Probably because of all of the death from the hailstorm. Look at this homeless guy. Is this homeless guy going to go to one of the high-class houses? Ooh. Thank you. That's way too many gems for me, but hey, at least I won't have to import some for a while. Where are you going, buddy? You going to this house? Imagine you got kicked out of your trashy house and you didn't have anywhere else to go but to move into like the high-class districts. That's pretty funny. You're just going to immediately downgrade. And I don't really have a way to stop you from doing so. I don't think building a statue over here... Oh, it kind of did. Okay. Don't you have more space? Don't you have enough space to evolve? Game. Game? It can evolve this way. Yes? No? Okay. Well, I guess we're going to start down here then. Yeah, some of these may devolve still. We may just need a line. Probably going to have to line this with statues. I hate doing it. Desirability is so finicky in this game. Oh, this is going to bother me. Okay, it upgraded right. Okay, so these guys just need a third type of food. We should be able to do that. Obviously, we can just import more food. Put it like there. Figs, game meat. You know, we need game meat for the zoo, too. So we might as well just import all the game meat we can. You? Yeah, you. Actually, they do both figs and game meat. That's pretty nice. Technically, the figs are more importable. It's slightly cheaper. But we're going to import the game meat because it has multiple uses. And then we also have to disallow game meat here. We could probably start providing multiple sources of food to these houses. I don't really see any valuable things to gain. What was that? Just had a bunch of people randomly die on the road. I don't really think there's much value to be had in, like, giving our people more variety of food. There's just no need to. They can deal with the food that they have, and they can like it. These guys are still struggling with desirability. Man, I forgot how undesirable the Senate House was. I didn't realize it was going to make people so mad. There. Does that help, good sir? No? Okay. What if we put a couple of cat statues over here? And then another big statue? Does that make you happy? No? Yeah, it does, kind of. Okay. Now we can put another house here. We could just continue the trend the whole way down. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. The pinnacle of Egyptian society right there. I love it. I'm always super happy, super pleased to see the topmost tier of housing. It's always an accomplishment when you pull it off. It's not actually as difficult as I remember it being, but, you know, the last time I got to the point where I had to build fancy high-tier houses, I was probably like 10. So it was probably much harder back then because I was a stupid little kid. But let's not worry about that right now. So really all we need is another cluster of housing probably up here, and then to complete our monuments. And then our cluster of housing up here will probably also double as... Yeah, you remember your first time about and how proud you were? Oh, it's so nice. I mean, I remember the feelings just when I was playing this playthrough, and I got a super high tier house. What mission did I get that on? It was super early in the playthrough. And I remember how pleased I was at that, because I had never gotten a top tier house that early before. Let's see. I remember the thumbnail because it was literally a zoom in on those fancy houses. Ilnet. Yeah, IUNET. It was super early in the game, and I was quite pleased with myself. Now, it is going to be slow trickling in this game meat, I think. And these guys are also going to be difficult because they're right next to the Senate House. I may also need another bazaar up here. Okay, city sentiment is good. Food levels are low. I find that hard to believe, game. I think the only reason it's saying that is because I don't have a lot of food stored. I'd be willing to bet if I built another granary, that crisis would be averted. Crisis, I say in quotation marks. Yeah, our boys were happy again. They were victorious. Okay. It's a little bit... I guess we didn't really import that much food, so it makes sense. I was going to be a little bit confused as to why the food didn't really spread out, but when you consider the numbers, the fact that there's 1,200 game meat in these two houses, it makes a whole lot of sense, because the trader probably only brought 1,200 units of game meat, maybe 1,300 or 1,400. Okay, I need library access over here too. That checks out. Yeah, that checks out. I do want to make sure that this building doesn't expand. There we go. That should solve the problem. Yeah, and then one of these houses downgrade. They all downgrade for like 30 seconds and they just all pop up in the wrong way and everything's ruined forever. I could definitely see that happening. Alright, we're working on the floor now. Wonder if this is slow because I only have 2 stonemasons. We're also a little short on workers. I don't think we're critically short, though. Not yet. Okay, now... Oh, new trader at the Gaza has opened. Nice. Now we can build that. There we go. Alright, so what does Gaza give us? They buy papyrus and linen. Okay. I'll take it. Thank you. Choo-choo the linen train. All aboard. You know what we need to do? I think we need to expand our linen operation. Let's build another reed gatherer. And then a couple more papyrus makers. You know, I don't know why I destroyed that roadblock. I didn't actually need to. I think I was expecting to have to build down this way a little bit. Now, it is important to keep in mind that the more and more reed gatherers we build, eventually we're going to have diminishing returns. Once the reeds here deplete and they have to start traveling farther, it's going to take longer for them to get reeds in, which is part of the reason why I wanted to build another reed gatherer. Just to make sure that I had enough for future expansion. Temple to only 2 gods. They need a 3rd. Even though trade has become possible with Gaza, a new trade to Tyre has opened. Oh? They buy grain and figs, and they sell wine. That's less useful. I mean, I guess what I can do... I don't want to anger the gods. So, we could just build another suite of temples up here. Something like that. That'll also help with desirability. It's a little bit jank, but that'll keep the gods happy. And I don't want to make the gods mad. Looks like Ra's already mildly irritated. Ra, why are you mad? You literally have twice as many temples as everybody else. Whatever. We are going to build his temple complex, though. And this is going to be our last little bit of housing, probably. We probably don't have to build it too far away. Well... I don't know. That's probably fine. Then we're going to do something like this. I'm going to do the smart thing and build the temple first, and then the housing around it. There we go. And yeah, again, it's a block of housing, but that's just kind of the way it goes. Put a roadblock up there. No, I just realized I don't think I have a police station down here. Yeah, we'll put one there. We may want to put one here too, just to be safe. Don't buy game meat. Don't buy jewelry. Don't buy olive oil. Do I care if they buy fish? Not really. Fish is probably fine. I am producing a lot of fish. I just don't want it to be monopolized by all of these people down here. That's all. I wish I could copy Bazaar settings. That'd be a pretty nice thing to have in this game. There we go. I should build another temple to Ra just to be safe. Not a temple, yeah, a temple to Ra. Do I care about any of these? God of Justice. Dissuades from thievery. Increased citizens' dedication encourages them to accept a lower wage. That's a slippery slope. I mean, I guess we can buy Whatever, it's fine. We'll just buy them both. Alright, let's build a zoo. I want to build a zoo. We're gonna put it... Ooh. We're gonna put it over here. That way it covers the least amount of people possible. Because that's the smart thing to do. You know, looking at the number of houses here, this may not actually be enough people. This may not be enough housing to get to 7,000 people. It'll be a little bit close. This was what, like 3,000 people-ish? Let's see. There's about 100 people per house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's people there. People live there. Why are these guys not upgrading? They're still waiting for the third type of food, huh? Am I going to have to import 2 different kinds of food just to make up the difference? I may have to. I don't really want to, but I may have to. Here, let's stop buying figs too. And we're going to import a 4th type of food for our houses. I think that's the best way to make sure that they all have the food that they need. Hello. Nice. We're erecting some columns now that the floor is laid. Okay. We'll import 3,200 here, too. That's probably the best bet. Just to make sure that they have enough food. Because that's going to be my real limiter, is food imports. Is there anybody else? You know, I made fun of Tyre before. No, they still don't sell food. Madam? No. Mendifair sells grain. I don't think we need more grain. Alright, well, we'll let them figure it out. Let's plop down another pavilion. This is only going to be the beginning of my train wreck of trying to get a high culture rating. Thank you, Ra. Do you wanna keep it up? Keep it up, buddy? I'd love it if you would keep it up, buddy. This little block is causing problems. If you were wondering what's causing problems in this area, it's this little block right here. When your constable can choose to go this way away from the houses or this way towards the houses, they're always going to choose away from the houses because they hate me. And they hate you because that's how video game pathing works. Okay, so we're still struggling to get food over here, but it's only a matter of time. Same with entertainment. How does our culture look? 25. All right. That's a high quality entertainment or culture number if I've ever seen one. And we have 2,000 more people to go. We may have to do the thing where we have to delete half of our city. Just shenanigans it out. Man, that looks so cool. That actually looks really awesome. I really like monument building in this game. As much as I get mad about it from time to time, I also really enjoy it. Also, why do I not have any gems coming in? Is it just a coincidence? Are our ports backed up? I wonder if I should build another dock here. Let's build another dock. I should probably... Yeah, I should probably just keep going like that. Okay, our trade partners are happier. That's good. Yeah, I'm thinking our docks are getting backed up. Because obviously, like, we have more trading partners. We have people trading longer distances now. We're going to have more of this, right? Where, like, 3 people are trying to use the same dock and they're waiting for 1 cartman to come in. So having another dock over here, very useful. That may also be what's slowing down our food intake as well. Wonder if it would be worth it just to continue this line. Kind of hate that this happened, where, like, there's a gap here. But I guess that gap's good for desirability. You won't want people living right next to each other. That's a little scary. A little intimidating. We're gonna start putting cat statues between all the fancy houses. What? Sure. You know, speaking of unit, you know, I praised you and your fancy cities before, and your fancy housing, and now you want to demand figs from me? Come on, game. Come on. You can do better than that. I hope these guys have food, and not something obnoxious. Food. No. Pottery? I bet it was pottery. Who knows? I'm sure it'll do fine. Papyrus? I should be able to do that. I have so much papyrus. I mean, we'll stockpile it for, like, a day. That's fine. Yeah. We're good on papyrus now. Excellent. Yeah. All right. Let's expand our papyrus operation even more, shall we? We have so much papyrus. We have so much papyrus. I'm a little bit surprised that this doesn't need something else. Also, we burned through all of our marble. every single bit of marble that we had. All of it, just on this little section here. It's a little bit crazy. It's a little bit crazy. But we're still okay. Yeah, so these guys should have a more permanent source of food now that they have both figs and game meat. I think? I don't necessarily know how the algorithm works for food. Like, I don't know if it ticks down at the same rate, or if they have, like, 4 different kinds of food, it ticks down slower. You know, it kind of looks like that it may just all kind of tick down at the same time. Well, maybe not. Maybe having a larger variety of food does help. Yeah, I think that's definitely slower. Okay. We'll see how that goes. They have preferred food? Okay. It may have something to do with, like, the abundance of food in the city. Like, obviously, I'm producing so much grain that, like, people are gonna hate grain. They're gonna be like, man, this grain, how are you guys getting luxury goods? You? No. Yes, but no. Beef is preferred over game meat? That's because beef is awful. It's you. Oh, I completely forgot about that bazaar down there. You probably are also buying fish, figs, and game meat too, you little bugger. Yeah, my hate for fish, the hate that I have for fish is about 2 times more than my hatred of beef. Like, I really hate fish, but I also do kind of hate beef too. It's such a pain. It's such a pain and you don't get much benefit out of it. Like, you have to have both straw and manpower, and you only get 100 meat? Ugh, gross. Beef is worse now because of the straw nerf? Yeah. So, I believe what Tana is referring to... Well, it's not as apparent with the grain farm, but with the floodplain farming, you used to get a lot more straw, I believe. And now you only get 100. Maybe you did get only 100 before. Maybe it just is less efficient. I don't know. I don't know what Tana's referring to. I just know that straw is worse now than it was before. Sometimes I say things and I pretend that I know what I'm talking about when I don't actually know a thing. Honestly, I don't know why any of you are even watching this. You should just watch somebody more interesting. Get out of here. Go. Shoo. Yeah, okay, so I was right. I did know what I was talking about. Although, I do kind of feel like field farming still only gave 100 straw, but I could be wrong about that. I don't know. You don't have access to a scribal school. How can I fix that? I guess I could get rid of this temple. I probably don't need it anymore. And I could just put a scribal school here. I guess that works. I mean, we have, like, 5 top-tier houses. These houses are making us a metric crap ton of money. Look at that. 5,600, 6,000, 5,600. Oof, so good. How much money am I making on taxes now? Oh, yeah. 17,000. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. It brings a tear to my eye, chat. We're gonna make that look pretty. Alright, we're at 6,100 people. Oh, we are so close. Unemployment reduces your number of immigrants. 8%? Really? Okay. Also, these guys are struggling for a dentist. I don't think this will cause them to upgrade, but we need dentists for culture anyway, so we're still gonna do that. I wonder if it would be worth starting the lighthouse. Actually, I think I need more potters. I'm running out of pottery. Huh. Okay, well. I could build another section of pottery. That's workable. It's gonna intrude on my farmland a little bit. I don't need it. I don't need it. It should be fine. There we go. That should double my pottery production. Very good. Okay, these guys are still waiting for a third type of food. And these guys just aren't desirable. There we go. Which, the third type of food, it should slowly spread out through these houses. These guys should be the only people that are actually getting 3 types of food. Everybody else should be getting 2 or 1. We just need to import more, basically. All right, how are we looking now? High taxes keep some people away? We don't have high taxes. Half of our people aren't even paying taxes. We need to fix that. Fine, we can lower taxes a little bit. We're already making so much money. And we'll also beg Ra for help. I'm not really too worried about what he decides to give me, but we'll still beg him for help. I might need to build another... I think this is where we're going to end our fancy houses. I think we need to build another bazaar down here, as much as I hate to say that. I hate to say that because it's another bazaar that we're going to have to fill up with every good then imaginable. Yeah, taxes are a doozy. It only really becomes a problem when you get high-tier housing. Basically, once you get these palatial estates, like, the game gets really stingy. We're like, well, actually, your city is so fancy that you don't need to be taking taxes. You just need to import or export better. You need to get good at the game, son. Or daughter. let's expand our work camps a little bit, shall we? That's a physician. That's not a work camp. Sure, because that's what those high estates are for. Yeah, but, you know, sometimes the game's got a video game. But even at, well, I dropped it to 7%, even at 7% tax rates, the amount of yield that I'm getting out of these houses is absolutely insane. They're making several thousand gold a year each. And of course, once I find that balance for taxes, all of the extra houses, I'll be able to build like 1 or 2 extra estates out here, I think. All of that will be extra money, extra income. It'll be great. It'll be good. Yeah, I think we want to start the next lighthouse. Increase salary way above kingdom levels, then they can eat higher taxes. Yeah. The heck was that sound? That might have been the zoo sound. Anyway, we should be able to start building this now. There we go. It'll give my stonemasons something to do while they're waiting around doing nothing. Was Ra unhappy? No. In fact, he was pretty happy. City sentiment is falling. Let's see. Why is city sentiment... It's probably because of the slum houses. Is it because of the slum houses? Because you have so many slums. Ugh. Okay. I don't... I don't have a solution to that. I don't really have a solution to that, though. I don't really have a lot of slums. I have, like, 3 slum houses. I can cut that back to 2. I guess there's one out here, too. Right there. I could probably make, like, a little section of mid-tier housing out here if I really had to. Check the graph. Society. Yeah, no, there's like 2 slum houses, and it's these 2 right here. Well, there's 3 slum houses. These 2, and then this one. They're just getting finicky because of all the high-quality housing. We've seen it before. High taxes, low wages. Maybe. I mean, we can lower the taxes even more. We don't really need... We don't really need this many taxes. We only really need to cover... Well... We still have to cover the imports and the wages, which is about 21,000 gold a year. So we export about, let's say 10,000, just to be on the safe side. So, you know, we're a little bit over. We're making about 5,000 gold a year with this tax rate. But if I really had to, I could put, yeah, we may do that. We may just put a little section of housing, like, right in here. I mean, we have the farms for it. We definitely have the food for it. It would literally just be something to populate these areas with houses for workers. Here, let's see what we can do. This is still going to be a problem out here, though. Let's see what we can do. We do still need like 500 people. So having to build another strip of housing isn't the worst thing in the world. Build a physician. I'm sure we probably need more entertainment. There we go. What else are we missing? Don't buy jewelry or olive oil, please. Or figs or game meat. Thank you. It's gonna be a long way for these people to walk to find workers. What if we broke it up? What if we put a cluster of houses here? And then a cluster of houses like here. That might work. Unemployment's at 6%. Oh, yeah, we're probably going to need apothecaries down here, too. At least one, maybe two. We could also delete this. We haven't really been attacked. That may help get worker access this way. I think this is still going to be a problem, though. Unless... Sure, we'll totally be able to get 1,200 jewelry in time game. I feel like the city sentiment here, it's just kind of like the efficiency tax. If you don't build your city efficiently, the city sentiment police are going to come and make sure you have a bad time. There we go. I think that'll help a little bit. That should just completely get rid of the requirement to have that house there, because they'll be able to come this way. And hopefully find one of these houses. Yeah, I have so little city sentiment right now that people just aren't moving in. Huh. Interesting. I'll also take out this slum house, just to see what happens. People are angry because there's so many slums. Is Bast one of our gods? Yes. Okay. Bast, please. Please, Bast. Help me. I know I was begging Ra for help earlier, but you're the best cat. You're the best cat around. I need you to improve city sentiment. Please. Because here's the thing, like, if if I can't improve city sentiment, then we're gonna have some problems. Our food should be okay, because our food is based around this one slum house. But our industry is gonna shut down. Eventually.
I've been kicked out of my home, and through no fault of my own.
All right. Still angry because of slums. Well, yeah, now we have a bunch of slums, but that's because nobody wants to live in our city. Alright, well, what if we get rid of these houses because apparently they count as, like, low-tier housing? That gives us one slum. One singular slum house. Come on, Past, please. All because of city sentiment. People were angry because of job shortages? How many people are unemployed? 307. There we go. There's 200 jobs right there. Let's go, game. Please tell me that city sentiment is starting to improve. Because of so many slums. These houses, these things are all going to start burning down and shutting off. Wait, there's another slum house? Where? Right there. Okay. No slum houses. We have 0 slum houses. It might take them a while to reconfigure their opinion of my city. At least a couple months. But... okay, people are angry at me, but the situation is improving. That's good. Let's see if we can actually put in some houses now. And see how that works. They were really that mad about that one slum house next to the fishing wharves. That's the one that did it. It was that slum house right there, I'm sure. We can also bring this down this way. That should get access to workers there. You know, it's extremely tempting to come in here to this option here and jump in on the global pool. Especially if the game's gonna pool crap like that. I thought about doing that before. It just always kind of feels like a cop-out because that's not how the original game was made. It wasn't made with that option in mind. Okay. Situation is improving. That's good. Can we get some people in? I would appreciate it. Put another 100 workers. No. No, Telly. I need more than that. But people got angry because I had a whole 20 pops living in a slum. So I had to delete all of my slum houses. And now I'm trying to reroute my workers so that I don't lose everything. Also, my industry is completely shut down for that same reason. You know, as you do. But, I still have some things I need to do. I still need to finish my monuments, but I also need to, you know, fix my culture problem. I need more entertainers. Speaking of more entertainers, let's do this instead. Hey, city settlement's going up. Hooray. Finally, I can get on with my life. We'll plop one of these over here, too. We're gonna have to start farming that Oh. Okay, we still have a decent amount of pottery for the moment. And immigrants are coming in. Hey! People are arriving in our city again. All right. Hopefully this disaster will improve from here. But we do have a lot of fancy houses. And that makes me very happy. Look at all these fancy houses. They're nice. Oh, you know what's happening? We're running out of food. Because our food situation is struggling. And because our food situation is struggling, our granaries are filling up with fish rather than grain. Is fish keeping me alive right now? Is my negative opinion on fish not valid? I don't know. I don't feel like I want to reconcile fish just yet. But fish may be doing some good work for me right now. go. Excuse me. I don't think that delivery was tardy, game. Also, they buy linen. That's hilarious. I don't actually think that trade route does anything for me because we're already selling all the linen we can. But, whatever. Okay. So we should start getting pops back into here. We actually have immigrants coming in. Which means some of these places should actually start getting workers again. Yeah. It's gonna be slow at first. But it is going to work eventually. We're just going to continue begging Bast for help. Bastet. Also, this may be the first time in literally forever that Fatah coming in clutch. Filling up my storage yard with pottery when I needed pottery the most. Good guy, Fatah. Okay, you guys still need food. You're getting there. You're making progress. I may need to put another strip of housing up here. But I want to be careful because, again, slums are illegal. This is the world we live in now. It's bad to have slums. We got to be careful. We got to make sure there's enough infrastructure down to make sure that any house we build does not become a slum. Otherwise, the people of Egypt will beat me up. They'll show me who's boss. And I don't want that. There we go. Ooh, 114 additional workers, huh? There we go. Problem solved. Mostly. I'll feel a lot better when this reed gatherer here gets people. I don't know if it will or not. Maybe with these houses here it will. It's hard to say. Don't buy olive oil or jewelry, please. Thank you. Or pigs. Or game meat. No. Not enough entertainment. What are you talking about? Okay, I think my entertainment industry is going through some kind of crisis. I don't think they're producing enough workers for all of the stands. So we're going to build a cluster of new entertainers there. This is worrisome. Okay, so one thing we can do... We can make this a little bit better. We can put the water lift here. We can get rid of this long road. And run the irrigation ditch like that. That moves the water lift closer to the houses, so that should be fine. We'll see. Time will tell. So many slums again. It's only these two, game. And they'll be okay eventually, probably. Horticulture is not that bad, all things considered. Also, we're slowly working on the lighthouse. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Unless these count as slums. I hope not. I'd live in those houses. I'd live in these houses. I'd live on this house. I probably wouldn't live in this house, but I'd live in this house. Okay. This reed gatherer all the way down here has workers now. I think we've mostly solved the crisis. I think there's probably some outliers that are probably going to struggle to get workers. But considering the fact that we went from 4 or 5 slum houses to basically none, actually, I think we'll be okay. At least as far as the slum house situation is concerned. Everything else may still go horribly wrong. I don't know. It's too early to tell. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that looks so cool. Seriously? Come on, game. Just a little wee bit more desirability. There we go. Excellent. We may just have to keep begging Bast for help. Just make sure she knows that, you know, she's the best cat there is. No cooler cat has ever existed or ever will exist. %0 unemployment. Nice. People are still mad because of slums? Don't lie to me, game. There are no slums. There are no Skaven in the Empire. Also, let's build another house. I'm so greedy with these houses. I'm so greedy with these houses. I can't help it. How does our current housing can hold 1,300 more people? Come on, game. There we go. They're coming in. Oh, load, they come in. I think maybe I should build a grain only granary. Just in case we get requests from Pharaoh. I think that makes sense. I don't know if it does. But it may be a safe idea. Just being on a little bit on the careful side. We should start getting a lot of our food income back, though, now that our irrigation ditch is back up and running. Yeah. Just kind of funny how close we were to disaster there. All because people were mad about a couple of slum houses. How does our culture look? Our culture is still probably not great. No little access to a dentist. Too little access to a mortuary. That checks out. That checks out. Let's build a couple more mortuaries. I know the actual access doesn't matter, but I still like to maximize how much access they have. Go. We're getting... I don't know why I bothered to delete those work camps. We're getting 1,300 people coming in. I think we can handle a couple months of unemployment. We do still need juggler stages. Ooh. You know, wherever there's an intersection, we can put a juggler stage. Or one of those. That will also work. And we'll probably also need another juggler school. Just to be on the safe side. No local access to a mortuary. That's probably fair. The other mortuary is probably like, yeah, it's all the way over here. So we'll build one over here too. Too little entertainment. That's honestly fine. Alright. How do we look now? 55. We're getting there. We're getting there. Still too little access to a mortuary. Not enough dentists. Dentists is always such a weird one, because I feel like dentists do next to nothing. Like, I feel like I could build 30 of these things and I would still not have enough access to a dentist. There. Is that enough dentists? I hope so. That's a lot of dentists. I think mortuary is probably going to be a bigger problem. Mortuaries is actually really bad. Maybe we shouldn't export all of our linen. Maybe we should pump that up to 400 linen. I think that makes sense. I think what's probably happening right now... No? Maybe not. Maybe I'm losing it. I thought maybe the Weaver was taking linen all across the city instead of to the storage yard. And that may still be happening. It's hard to say. But we may just not have gotten linen for a while. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, we need copper. Okay, well, we can start importing some copper. I don't really know how much copper we need, but we can just kind of import like 1,200 copper, I guess. Copper's really expensive too, so this is gonna hurt. But that's okay. Excellent entertainment to be found, but too crowded or lack enough variety. Our entertainment should be improving. Yeah, we're perfect across the board. So I don't really know what your problem is, Chief. It's really just, ooh. Oh, we have everything we need. Nice. Other than the monuments being done, obviously. Which, we're getting there. We are getting there. Last year was a little bit rough. 19,000. Let's see. Let's try to bump this up. Ooh. I didn't notice the kingdom wages went up. Let's try to bump that up. Why did our number go down? It was 1,200 before. Whatever. Let's bump it up to 6%. But we have all of our requirements. You know what that means? That means it's time to fast forward. Even though we only reached it for a second and it's probably immediately going to go back down, I will still call that as a success on our part. We are going to continue to marinate Bast in beer, though, because I think that's important. But now we have copper. We have your copper, good sir. You can start finishing the roof. Nice, nice. Excellent. That's a lot of copper for one piece of roof. What was that? Cool. But also... Oh. Pharaoh wanted beer. Of course he did. He's a demanding man. He demands beer. So that'll finish. This we're still working on. It's kind of hard to tell how close we are to being finished. The game says 47%, but I don't know if we're going to need anything else. The Library of Alexandria is almost done, though, so that's pretty neat. That copper is going to be expensive, though. That's fine, though. I'm just going to continue to marinate Bast, and she's going to throw all the feasts... Give me a... Thank you. She's gonna throw all the feasts for the gods that we need. You know, I really should remember that I can just worship Bast and not worry about the other gods. Sometimes I forget about that benefit. But I also keep really hoping that she's going to improve city sentiment. But I think that's a major blessing. I could be wrong. Okay, how does this look? 60 culture. Too few Senate houses. Now that I can believe. I can believe that. We'll plop one over here. We have plenty of beer, plenty of people to keep it running. That shouldn't be that much of a problem then. The copper was a bit of a curveball. I probably should have checked to see what they needed way sooner. But I didn't. And so here we are. It's a real shame. You know, I think sometimes about, like, all the, like, wonders of the world that have been destroyed over the years, over the centuries, of the millennia. And I'm like, you know, if I could time travel, like, I wouldn't go back and meet some famous person. I wouldn't go back and, like, you know, prevent a war or something like that. I'd probably just, like, tour the wonders of the world, both known and unknown. You know, just to see what they were in their prime. I think that would be really cool. Because I'm sure there's plenty of things. There may even be many things that we just don't know about. Just don't get caught and enslaved. A valid concern, I suppose. A valid concern. What are we still waiting for on here? We're just waiting for the stonemasons? Oh, we're waiting for the carpenter.
My services are needed at the monument.
Alright, finishing touches on the library. Let's go. Is all of this going to require 4 marble? I might be a little bit annoyed if all of this requires 4 marble. Oh my gosh, game. Please. You're hurting me. Oh no, not a flooded clay pit. I also think that's kind of like one of the most responsible things you could do with time travel. Like, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, do this, save this, protect this, XYZ. The Library of Alexandria is complete. But, like, realistically, all the, like, shenanigans of time travel, you know, you don't want to mess with time travel. So you might as well just tour the world, yeah? I think that's perfectly reasonable and rational. Okay, I think we're okay. I think once we finish this monument, we'll be good to go. But yeah, like think about the Colossus of Rhodes. Like a massive friggin' copper statue. Was it copper? I don't remember. But it was only around for a short period of time. And nobody, you know, everybody speculates about what it looked like, but Yeah, it was only around for like 60 years before it collapsed. Although it was like slowly salvaged and destroyed over the years. Yeah, the lighthouse is almost done. I can finish my tangent as we bring Alexandria number 2 to a close. By the way, we still have one more Alexandria to do. Don't get it twisted. We're not done with Pharaoh yet. What are we waiting for? Why do we need another load of marble to finish removing the scaffolding? Whatever, game. Whatever, game.
The metropolis of Alexandria now shines as a beacon to the world. Its great library is unsurpassed as a center for scholastic learning, and the towering Pharaoh's Lighthouse is already one of the true wonders of the world.
I thought he said one of the 2 wonders of the world. Alright. That's very purple. That's a lot more purple than I thought it was going to be. Huh. Well, there's our city. Looks pretty nice. It looks pretty nice from orbit, I have to admit. Alright, let's see what's next, shall we?